Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome back to the Hannah Tay channel where I do vlogs and book reviews, and for the last 2 days I've just bombarded you with Eurovision content. Sorry, I love Eurovision. No one else I know loves Eurovision, so I need someone to talk to about it. I thought I would do a little video kind of update on the Netherlands situation and some other drama that's unfolded, and we can chat about it in the comments and you can tell me what you think about it. So I have pieces of drama here. We have the Netherlands are out. I'm going to go into that and the statement from the police, because the police are now involved with the incident. We then have a protest, and then we have 3 countries missing from today's flag parade, and I'm going to go into what's happening with them and are they going to perform tonight. So first up, the biggest drama of the whole entire competition is that the Netherlands had a song called Europapa, and I said in both of my videos that I've put on the channel that I thought Europapa was going to win. It went viral, it's got a huge fan base. I thought, you know, Joost Klein was 100% going to win, and then last night what happened is at rehearsal he wasn't there. He was there, they had a flag parade and then a rehearsal. They've had 50 million rehearsals, it feels like. So and it's in front of an audience, and a lot of the clips have been put up on YouTube. So he was at the flag parade, he then wasn't at his rehearsal, and people thought it was odd. And then it got to the last rehearsal of the day and he wasn't at that rehearsal, and then they waited overnight, and then in the morning said he's out of the Eurovision, he has been disqualified from the competition, so he's not chosen by himself to leave. The competition have decided they don't want him here anymore. So who run it? The European Broadcasting Unions, the EBU, and they said, they brought out a statement. Basically what it said is there was an incident involving a female member of production crew, and that's why he is not allowed to perform and the Netherlands are out. We then had a statement from the Swedish police. They put a statement out saying a man suspected of unlawful threats in the Malmo arena, plaintiff employee at Eurovision, and they said we are going to basically excel this case, and the prosecutor will have this case within weeks. So there is going to be some kind of prosecution. The police think they have enough to take it to some kind of court. He might get a fine, because in England, if you maybe were arguing with someone and you became quite abusive verbally, you would just get a fine, you wouldn't get put in prison. So maybe that's what they mean by the prosecutor's going to deal with what kind of fine they're going to give him for the incident. There are rumours that the incident was with a female videographer, but there's no more about that. No one knows what happened in the incident. It also didn't happen on stage, so it happened backstage. So whatever was said, that is why he's no longer in the competition. He hasn't said anything himself, but his team have said it is a massive overreaction to what the incident was. So they're not denying there was an incident, which I find quite interesting. So something happened. Something happened with him and a female employee at Eurovision, and his team are saying, oh wow, what an overreaction to the situation. The EBU are saying he's no longer allowed in the competition, he's disqualified. And then now the police are saying, we think we have enough evidence to prosecute him for what happened. But prosecution, like I said, may be a fine, because in England you'd get a fine for that kind of thing. I'm guessing in Sweden it's kind of similar. So if you like swear at someone, you might get a fine for that. So very interesting. No one knows what's happening, but I'm sure all the details will come out. We then have 15,000 people are marching outside the venue in protest against Israel's involvement. Israel have an artist called Eden, who will be in the competition with the song Hurricane, and she got through on the public vote. So it wasn't Eurovision just put her through. The public decided she should go through, and she qualified through to the semi-finals, to then be at the final tonight. So there's protest there. And then 3 acts were missing from the flag parade. So today we had Netherlands disqualified, they're out, and then there was a flag parade and a rehearsal, and in the flag parade 3 acts did not attend. So I'm going to go into those acts. That's Ireland, Greece and Switzerland. Ireland with Bambi. Bambi said there was something with the EBU that needed to be sorted out, and we don't quite know what that was. There are rumours that it's something to do with a reporter saying inappropriate things or something that wasn't right. Bambi has had other dramas within the competition. One is the Palestinian flag. So Bambi is representing Ireland, wanted to hold up a Palestinian flag during the semi-finals and was told, no, you're not allowed anything political at Eurovision, so that flag is banned. Bambi is allowed to hold up the trans flag and the pride flag, but not the Palestinian flag. They said no. I don't know how it was going to be. Maybe it was going to be worked into the routine or something. Maybe it was just going to be held up when the results were announced. I don't know, but that was absolutely not allowed. And then an interviewer asked Bambi today, and I've seen the clip, said, when you found out Israel got through, how did you feel? And Bambi said, me and my team cried when we found out Israel went through, then became very emotional in the interview, and they moved on to the next question, like really upset that Israel were through. So obviously they asked the question because of the Palestinian flag incident earlier. So we don't know. Bambi has said, I'm going to perform tonight. So there's no, people are kind of online saying, is Ireland going to pull out? But no, Bambi has said, I'm performing tonight. So there's not an issue there. Greece weren't at the flag parade, and Greece pretended to fall asleep. She did this really dramatic over-the-top thing where she pretended to yawn, she then pretended to snore, all silently, but they were all on this long table, and whilst Eden was talking, you had Klein put his flag over his head as if he was like disinterested with it. Then someone asked Eden a question, which was, do you think your involvement in the Eurovision Song Contest is putting all the other contestants at danger as a security threat? And someone said, you don't have to answer that. The man sitting next to her shook his head as if to say, do not answer that. And then Klein said, why not? As if like, why not? Why won't you answer that question? And then Eden did answer the question, because then the person basically who was like in charge of it all was like, well, you can answer the question if you want. So she couldn't really then say nothing. So then she had to answer the question. I think she gave a very good answer. But so that happened. And then Greece's act, she just did this really over the top. You had to watch the clip, like pretending to snore, really trying to make a statement, as if like, I'm bored, I don't want to listen to her, I'm going to pretend I'm asleep to block her out, kind of over the top thing. Everyone is very, skirting around. I feel the contestants are doing things to tell us we're not happy with this thing over here, but we're not going to directly say anything about the thing over here or say anything to that person, but we're just going to make it clear, but we still really want to be in the competition and we're not going to drop out the competition because this person's in it. So there's this huge, weird kind of tug of war going on with everything. There's someone called Eurovision Chris, if you look up that channel on YouTube, he is Irish and he is actually in Eurovision now. He's in the press area and he said it's a really horrible atmosphere, and he's obviously been following Bambi a lot more closely because he's Irish. I want my act to win. Ollie Alexander, come on, United Kingdom, even though I don't think it's the strongest song in the world, I still would love us to win, so I'm following that act. He's following stuff with that, so he's put up a video, so you can watch all that if you want to find out more about that situation, and more also about the general atmosphere of how it's like not a very nice atmosphere there at the moment, because there's this elephant in the room, and that's what I think. There's like an elephant in the room, no one wants to address it, no one will address it directly, no one will stand up and say, because of that, I'm not going to perform at the competition. They're not making any direct statements, but they want to. There's that feeling. And I think if they're upset with it, don't. Maybe, an hour before the show say, I'm not performing. Throw a spanner in the works. If that's really how you feel, then make a statement or say something, People are worried that they're going to say something during the show. So if you have watched Eurovision, you'll know that after the performers sing, there's normally a little bit where the person whatever country you're in, is commentating. You will hear the Eurovision act say something like, Sweden to win, or like our ones always go, United Kingdom, like they just shout something out, or they might say, thank God, or something that they want to portray, peace. And people think that in that little time that they have, they're going to make a political statement about the elephant in the room, that they're going to go at predict it. But I think they should just do it now, or do it an hour before the show. Maybe they think it will make a bigger impact when it's live at the show. I think maybe more people will be watching the show because they're wondering if someone's going to say something during their performance. Because if they say it during the performance, there's nothing they can do. I suppose it's probably on delay, so it's probably not completely live. It might have like a 5-second delay, so I suppose they could just blank the screen and then just cut that act from our TVs. You know, when someone like swears on a radio show and then it goes silent, maybe do something like that, but they just blank it. Or late night call-in shows, you know, that are on TV, they normally have just like a green plain screen if someone swears, and then after that person's off, they'll go, sorry about that person, we had to, you know, get them off the line or whatever. So maybe they'll do that, and maybe we'll see a lot of kind of a green plain screen across the TV as they're trying to block people's different political messages that they're making in the performances. Tell me down below. I'm going to go now. I'm going to end it here. If you have liked these videos, I do videos like vlogs of my life. I became a mum last year, so I talk about mum life, book reviews, a lot of book reviews on the channel as well. So I will end it here. I will let you go. Get ready for your Eurovision night. I've done my eye makeup for my Eurovision night. Get ready for Eurovision, and let's hope everything goes to plan, everything goes well. Wishing everyone the best of luck, but at the end of the day, I do want the United Kingdom to win. So please can the United Kingdom win Eurovision for once? It'll be the first time in my lifetime, please.